everyone, my name is Arlie and welcome back to my channel. I have recently been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube that are like quarantine times, how I deal with da, and I know a lot of you are taking online college classes right now or just high school, public school classes right now. So I thought it would be interesting to share with you how art school works at this time, because you know, art school, the projects are definitely more like hands-on and a little bit more difficult to do through online classes. It's like in general what I'm doing during quarantine. So for a little background on me, I am a motion media design student that is dealing with motion graphics, and I go to SCAD, which is the Savannah College of Art and Design down in Georgia. But right now I'm at home where it is definitely not as warm as Georgia, but right now I'm just like dealing with school and trying to not go insane because I have to stay inside 24/7. I know you feel me. My school has 3 quarters, and 3 quarters for the school year and then 1 quarter for the summer quarter, which is non-mandatory, and we are in the spring quarter right now. So for this video, I thought it'd be helpful if I split everything I'm talking about into different categories. So I will put the timestamps down in the description, make sure you check them out. I'll probably also put it in a comment so you can just click on it. And yeah, just skip to whatever you feel like hearing or watch the whole video if you're really that bored. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is procrastination, and I do have some notes down here so I'm not like blabbing on to you for 20 minutes about this, because Lord knows I am basically the queen of procrastination. I am the absolute worst at it. So technically this quarantine has it has a plus side, but it also has a con side, because you have all the time in the world, but you also have all the time in the world. You know what I mean? My main tool for time management is this planner. I got this planner last quarter, about in January maybe? Yeah. And it's really cute. I don't actually think I'm using it explicitly for what it's supposed to be used for, because most of the categories are like categories, I don't know what to call them. They have like time slots here and then like little goals, I suppose, at the top, but I literally just write everything down what I'm supposed to do each day. But like, because of procrastination, you'll probably see that some things are being moved and moved and moved until it's the last day of the week and I have to get them in or else I get a 0. But this is probably my lifesaver. I definitely, like, if I don't have a planner, then I'm writing everything down in notebooks, but then it's like my due dates are in 15 different notebooks, so not very helpful, which is why this is my holy grail. As long as I don't lose it, I'll live it forever. But yeah, and I got this in Hong Kong when I was studying there, but unfortunately my college decided to close their Hong Kong campus, which I'm definitely not salty about, but I mean, I guess it's for the best. I'm here now, so we'll see where life goes. But
see how you are. You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just keep.
But anyways, besides this planner, mostly what I use is like sticky notes, and I just write down anything that I need to do on that day, and I also set reminders on my phone. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is my schoolwork, what you all are probably here for. This week is the start of our midterm week, but it's not technically our midterm week because I've already done 2 of the midterms for my classes. One was a research paper sort of, and the other was just a project. So they weren't too difficult. I only have 1 test this quarter for the midterm, but I'm not really sure how finals are going to be looking. It's all kind of up in the air right now. I'm sure a lot of the college students watching this are also like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But for my classes, if you're curious, I am taking 2 lectures and 1 studio. And for my lectures, I'm taking an English class and also an art history class. The art history class is focusing on 20th century art. And so far, the work hasn't been too much. For my English class and for all my classes, I have to post 2 assignments or discussion posts per week, and that counts as my attendance. And then besides that, there are some like big projects, but most of my teachers tend to like work the attendance posts and the projects into one, so we're not just doing like busy work. And we also have a weekly Zoom meeting at 2 o'clock, but I don't know, like the Zoom meetings are kind of weird. Like, for art history, we have 1 or 2 Zoom meetings per week. Honestly, like my whole schedule's been so messed up, so I'm not sure like when I'm supposed to have it. I just know that it's at 5 p.m. So Monday through Wednesday, I check at 5 p.m. every day and see if I have class. Right now, all my classes were scheduled to be on Mondays and Wednesdays. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday I don't have classes, but with this online thing, I'm basically working on homework every day. So the studio class I'm taking right now is a motion media class, which is to do with motion graphics, and we are learning about concepts and storyboarding, etc. So most of the work is done in Photoshop and Illustrator. I'll put some examples of like what I've done so far. I'm really glad that I decided to take this class because I think if I took a different studio class, it would have been way harder because my laptop is not really up to the specs of the computers at my college that I usually use for like After Effects and other software programs that I would need to use. So I'm very glad I could get into this one studio class. So one of the biggest problems right now during quarantine is definitely like where I get inspiration from, especially for art students. I think the ideation process and creating like your projects and your specific art is just really difficult, especially when you're staying inside and not doing much all day. So I wanted to talk a little bit about where I could grab some inspiration. Fortunately, like during this quarter I am taking an art history class, so it's very cool to see what artists in the past did and how they did it. And my art history professor is very good at sort of sparking inspiration when talking about certain movements, artists, etc. And you know, sometimes I don't do much until very late at night because I am a night owl, and I'm sure that many of you are out there. But every day is different, and sometimes ideas come easily and sometimes they take a bit longer. What I struggle with the most is just getting off of any entertainment like YouTube. I know you're on YouTube right now, but like, I'm inspiring you, right? Just getting off of any entertainment, games, YouTube, just the internet in general, and giving my brain some time to breathe. I know that when I am in school, it's much easier to like be in class and maybe come up with an idea and jot it down, because like you don't want to be on your phone, right, when the professor's right there. It does give you time to actually think of something. And I do post everything I do on my art Instagram, which I will put here and like link it in the description, and also sometimes on my main Instagram, although that one's a little dead right now because I haven't been taking very many photos. But I do use Instagram as a source of inspiration. although
ask you how you are, you
a
just
lot
have
of
to say
times
you're fine.
it's
You're
just a
not
lot
really
of
fine, but you
people
just
being a
can't get
lot
into
better
it
than
because they
me
would
at
be right.
art. But that does serve as some inspiration to keep going. Alright, so the last thing I want to talk about is my personal work. I have always had little side projects. Can I speak English? I've always had little side projects going on besides my main schoolwork. As you can see, for example, this very YouTube channel, or I don't know, it just keeps me motivated to do my actual schoolwork when I have some other things going on. Right now, as I was saying, I have a few personal projects that I am working on. The first thing that I am mainly working on is something I've been working on since the fall of about 2018. So like a little over a year right now, is language study. I have discovered that I like studying languages. I am not super fast or like super fluent in multiple languages as of yet, but I do like studying them and learning about them and being able to talk to people in other languages besides my native English. But right now I am studying Korean, which I've been studying for a little over a year, and also French, which I studied for for 6 years. 6 years, but those 6 years were in American public school, so I didn't learn much. Mainly just the grammar and how to say things, but not really how to talk to people. And then the third language I am learning right now is Mandarin Chinese. I just started like maybe not even a month ago, so I really only know how to introduce myself and say I eat an apple. Yeah, that's all you need to know, right? Right now I'm using the Talk to Me in Korean books to learn. If you've never seen them before, this is what they look like, and they also come with a workbook, which I have but I won't get out right now. But I am on level 3, although I haven't been using only this to study because I also use the internet, YouTube, other online books that I find. So I wouldn't say this explicitly defines where I'm at with my Korean. Everyone is at a different place just by like what book they use. And then I also have a Twitter account which I follow people who speak in Korean, and I also try to speak in Korean there. Yeah, but mainly focusing on Korean. And then I have a language exchange app where I speak in French and Korean, and trying to start in Chinese, but that will probably be a while from now. But if you want me to go into details about my language study, feel free to comment below and I will definitely make a video about it. I am definitely passionate about studying languages, so I'd be really happy to share what I use to learn Korean and what I use to sort of refresh my French and what I'm using to start learning Chinese. I'm still like at a very basic level, so the Chinese will probably be not as focused on. But let's move on to the next personal work. And the other side artwork project that I'm doing is a painting. I actually finished one and I have one to finish. I guess we're gonna have to live with that. And then finally, the last side project that I'm doing is exercise. My sister came home during this quarantine, and she and I have been motivating each other to work out and get healthy. Woo! Hopefully by the end of this quarantine I will have those, you know, the like 11 abs. Yeah, that's what I want. And I am going on walks, walking my dogs, and it's very beneficial to just leave my phone at home because sometimes sometimes you just need like time to yourself because I feel like right now during the quarantine you're always near your phone and you're always near an outlet to charge your phone. So what more is there to do? Alright, I know that was a lot of information and very detailed, probably more detailed than it needed to be, but thank you for watching. If there are some future art college students out there, maybe now you know what an art college is like during quarantine. Basically the same as a normal college, just a bit more of hands-on projects. I would say this is a very unique experience for me. Unfortunately right now, you know, film students and fashion students and many other students at my school are having a much harder time because, you know, for fashion you need the cloth, you need the material, you need the pattern paper, you need everything. For film you need the school's actual facilities to film stuff and the camera equipment. So I am in a fortunate major to be able to take a studio class and not worry about having the equipment with me. This time is a very difficult time for everyone. It's very unstructured, so if you procrastinate like me, you will probably be having some hard time. And I hope that everyone just keeps their head up and you can do it. Fighting, bon chance, an extra sentiment of gratitude just for the healthcare workers and people who are in a difficult situation right now. I hope that everyone stays healthy and safe, and I hope that you go work on your assignments right now instead of watching more YouTube. Unless that YouTube is, you know, videos on what channel, then go ahead, YouTube binge. You treat yourself. Totally what you deserve. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another 6 months. Bye.